Hello everyone. So welcome to the channel of RD Automation Learning. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the proxy interviews. So these days, the number of proxy interviews have tremendously increased. Now, should it be done by the people or the candidates who are looking for job opportunities, or should it be not? So this will be the matter of discussion. This will be discussed in this video in detail, right? But before that, if you're watching this video for the very first time, then please do like, share, and subscribe our channel, right? Now, let us first see what is a proxy interview, right? Many of you might not be aware about what is a proxy interview, right? So proxy interview is nothing but it's a practice that is done by the people who are having good potential, who are having good knowledge, who are confident enough to face the interviews on behalf of other people who have got the interview calls, right? So let's say if there is a person A who has got the interview call, right? And there is a person B who is having good knowledge of that particular domain, let it be testing, development, programming, tools, anything, right? So A will go to B that you need to give the proxy interview on my behalf. And in return, A will be paying some amount to B. And once he gets selected, so then A will be joining the company. But the this is again, one of the not at all a good practice, because these kind of fake experience, fake interviews, this has been increasing a lot in the market. Now just imagine, what if the person who is taking the interview, they tell you to keep your video open, right? If they are seeing your video, they'll take a screenshot. Also, it might happen the recording might be done during the interview is happening, right? And when you get onboarded, how will you prove that you were the one who was giving the interview, right? So this is one kind of a fraud, and you should not indulge, you should not take advantage of such kind of things, right? So this also makes us wonder about the desperation of the jobs, right? So the number of jobs, the number of opportunities are decreasing. That doesn't mean that you will go for fake experience or you will go for proxy interviews. Rather than, what you should do is you should acquire the skill that in such a good manner that you don't need to take help of anyone else, right? So another trend that has increased is the sudden rise of the support for the fake experience, right? So if you say that fake experience is good, if you say that I'll I'll showcase my 2 or 3 years of fake experience in my resume and I'll get a job. So you will get a job. You might get a job, right? Again, there are not 100% chances that you will get a job. You might get a job, but at the same time, there are chances that you might not be able to do that job for the longer time period. They might catch you, you might be caught, and then, right? So that's actually a crime. You should not uh, y- indulge into such kind of activities, because fake experience, proxy mock interviews, these two things are not at all helpful in your career. And once you are caught by by doing this fake experience and proxy mock interviews, then what would happen is you would be blacklisted, right, from number of companies. And once you are blacklisted from any one of the company, then the other companies also won't accept that particular role, or you won't be hired, right? So I'll share one scenario about one of the candidate. Okay, so what actually happened is, so let me share. Hmm. So I came across one of the candidate who had given a proxy interview, right? He was giving for performance testing, but unfortunately he was not having that knowledge, right? So he took help from somebody else who is having knowledge of performance testing, and he got him interviewed, right? And fortunately for him, he got selected. And what happened is, when he was asked to join, right? So he was asked to share his Aadhaar card, he was asked to share his documentation, all those things. Now, those people who took the interview, so the company who took his interview was company A. They had taken a screenshot, also, they had recorded the entire interview when the other person was giving. right? So when he submitted his documents, right, so he was rejected because his photo was not matching, right? And then these people tell you that they don't get onboarded, they don't get joining date. How will they get? Because your documentation itself speaks of the truth, right? It's clear that the documentation, the photos, the images that are there in your ID proof are not matching with the interviews, right? So that's how the companies are catching. And earlier was a different time, 5 to 6 years back, maybe these things were possible. But now as the technology has increased, as the new tools have come, the recruiters, the recruitment team, the human resources, all these people have got very smart, right? They know how candidates will do all tips and tricks to get a job, right? So they are prepared to make sure that such kind of things don't happen again. Because if these things happen, then again they will be questioned through their management, right? So it is very important that you don't get into all these, right? And rather than that, you can give mock interviews. On our channel we are taking free mock interviews of 30 minutes, and you just need to have a good internet connection. You don't need to pay anything. Just share your CV at rdautomationlearning@gmail.com, right? If you are looking for software testing interviews, if you are looking for core Java based interviews, then also we have a different channel. You can subscribe that channel as well. And you can also send your CVs for getting mock interviews for Java, right? So it is up to you. Just put in the subject line what kind of interviews you are looking for. Are you looking for software testing, manual automation, or are you looking for test lead level? Are you looking for managerial round interviews? Are you looking for core Java interviews? Just put in the subject line of the email that you are sending, and we will be scheduling our interviews. These are totally free of cost, right? So we don't ask from money from anyone, right? Whether he's experienced or he's from any XYZ company. It's totally free of cost. And once you appear for these mock interviews, you will come to know the level of knowledge you have, right? What kind of preparation else you do. So that's how you should be appearing, and these things will actually help you, right? Now, most of the people will not like this video. They'll click on dislike button itself, because this is not what they want to hear, but this is the truth, right? Getting into all these kind of false practices is not at all a good idea, not at all a good practice. One should totally avoid these things, right? And that's why I came up this video, because many of the people were approaching me for asking about this proxy interviews and for this fake interviews. Are these good? Should it be done? So I thought to create a clear-cut video and give them an answer right away, right? So thank you so much for watching this video, and stay tuned for more updates.